Alright, write each person on the line in slope-intercept form that is parallel to the given line and passes through the given point. Okay? So you have to remember that parallel lines always with their slopes. Second. Yeah, parallel lines never touch. So what happens to the slopes of parallel lines? We talked about this. Angelica? Okay, we've talked about this. Okay, guys? Thank you. Those are parallel lines, right? Yes. Okay. What happens to them? They change? What happens to the slope? But between, no, stop looking at one and the other. Between those two lines, what happens to the slope? Okay, that's the y-intercept. So what happens to the slope? Say it again so that people can hear you, because apparently when we talked about this, you were the only one in my classroom. Say it again. They're the what? They're the same. Why would the slopes of parallel lines be the same? Stop talking and pay attention. Because what? Because they never touch. That means that if one decides to go to the right, the other one has to go to the right the same amount because they will never touch. Okay? If they have different slopes, they will touch. So, if you didn't know that, there's no way that you could do this. Okay? Because you needed the slope to be able to do this problem. I'm going to say it would be nice for you to take a look at the board while I'm explaining. Because that certainly explains a whole lot of things. Alright, so what's the slope of this line right here? Yeah. Not 8x, just 8. Okay? And x6 would be your x, and your y. And y would be your 7. So I have to give the equation in slope, intercept form, look at your cheat sheet, and that would be y equals mx plus b. I have m, I have x, and I have y, but I do not have b, just like I did yesterday, okay? So my y would be 7 equals 8 times x, which is 6 plus b. This is 6 times 8, 48, plus b equals 7. Now I have to do minus 48. And there you go. And b equals negative 41. But I haven't finished right now. I need to go ahead and do the equation of the line. That's my slope. And that's my y-intercept. So what's the equation of the line? Y equals 8x minus 41. There you go. That was all you needed to do, okay? Let's go for the next one. What's the slope? 4/9. Very good. And then I have that my x is 45 and my y is 18. So let's go back to that equation and plug it in. That's all we got to do. 18 equals 4 nines times 45 plus b. Okay, you can do this in the calculator, right? But I believe it's 20. And then I got to say minus 20. Very good. And b would be negative 2. Correct? Now my equation is use the slope and the y-intercept. So y equals 4 nines x minus 2. There you go. They're parallel. They have the same slope. The only thing that changes would be the y intercept. Okay, so you need to remember that. Parallel lines always have the same slope. Good? Yes. What about? That's just an intercept. On the first line. No, you don't have to use it. Now, the reason why I gave you the line is because I told you that the slopes were, the lines were parallel. So you needed to know that the slopes are going to be the same. So you use the line only for the slope. That's it. Okay? You don't use the line for the y. Because on one, this one goes through plus 5, and that one goes through minus 4. So this one, the one is going to be over here. This is positive 5 and then negative 4. Alright? Alright. Alright. So the first thing that you needed to do, you needed to figure out which of the following equations are represented by the graph. The first thing, eyes on me, because you're going to have problems like this tomorrow on that quiz. So pay attention. This test tomorrow is challenging because it has all three forms in there. Okay? So you need to make sure that you know how to work with all three. With the slope intercept, standard, and the point slope. Okay? So the first thing that I need to do is figure out the equation of that line. Because I'm looking for two equations that are exactly the same as that one. Okay? So how can I figure out the equation for this line right here? Rise over run for the slope. And what about the y-intercept? Just look at the y-intercept, right? What's the y-intercept? Negative 2, so I know that this is going to be minus 2. That's usually what I start out with the y-intercept. This is the easiest one to do. You just got to take a look at the graph and that's it. Now I'm going to take 2 points that I can read. And I'm going to do vertical and then horizontal. Okay? It's not here and then here. Because you just did run over rice if you did it that way. You eat the rice and then you go run so that you don't gain any weight. So you do the rice first and then you run. Vertical, horizontal. Okay, it's over there on the board. The y divided by the x. Rice over run. It's on the word wall. You're not using that word wall. Okay? You're not using it. Alright, so let's see. The rice would be 1 and 2. The rice is 2. Okay, the run, you're just ahead. The run is 3. Alright. Then on your own ID, we can figure out if he's going to heaven or if he's going somewhere else. He's going to heaven, so that would be what? Positive. Okay, so I've done that part with the graph. That's why the graph is here, so that I can figure out that equation of that line. Now I'm going to come over here and figure out which one is it. It's most definitely not 1. Why not? Because that's a negative 3. First of all, it's not negative because it's going to heaven. He's been a good boy. Right? So it's not 1. So anything that has a 1, I can eliminate it. So now I got 50% chance of getting it right. Okay, so it's not the first one. How can I figure out if it's number 2? Very good. So open it up 4, which means I'm going to isolate for 1. So let's isolate for what? Minus 2x. Then divide by negative 4. Equals 6, right? So I'm going to say minus 2x. Very good. Negative 3y equals negative 2x plus 6. And now I'm going to divide by negative 3. And very good. So y equals 2/3 x. Uh-oh. So 2/3 x minus 2. So is it that one? Most definitely it is 2. But that doesn't help because both of them are 2. Both of them have 2, right? Now, if only one of them had 2, you can stop working, right? You see what I'm saying? If only one of the options have 2, then you can stop working. You don't need to do anything else. It has to be that one because we already figured out that 2 is one of the choices. All right, so I got to do
this one and that. Okay? Now for this one, if you were smart and you graphed it, I don't know how many people actually graphed it.
I got
But if you did something like that, and if you graph that, that's a straight line, so it's not what? It's not 3. So it has to be 3. Okay?
I am giving you the tools to get this right. Check. Don't you know how to go to Y equal 2? Use it. Don't you know how to go to stack? Use it. Come on.
All right. So you will have things like this tomorrow on the test. Alrighty? Now, do I really need to work that one out? No, heck you don't. Okay?
Because you're being
You got it, we found it. I don't need to work it out. That's how you speed up the process and you don't spend 60 minutes doing 10 problems. My baby. All right, let's go to the next one. All right. Don't start graphing like crazy because we're not going to do all of them, okay?
All right, answer me. I'm going to go ahead and start with number 2. I'm going to skip number 1. Don't cross check because we might go through it, but right now, like that's something that we're definitely going through. Or help for you guys, we'll practice for you guys.
So I'm going to go ahead and start with number 2, okay? Now, if I were to graph it, where would you start to graph this line?
Right,
Very good. So I'm going to go to -2 on Y, and I'm going to make a little dot. Okay, has Jimmy been a good boy or a bad boy? Bad boy, which means that line needs to go down. Needs to go this way, right? Okay? All right, what's my rest and what's my front?
1 over 1.
1 over 1. How do you know? Very good.
It's just 1 x.
It's just 1x, so I really need to write that 1. Heck no, it's only 1. Why would I write it? All right? So if it needs to go that way, I need to down and over, down and over, down and over, down and over. See what I did? I'm not writing all the points, am I? If you want to, you can, but you're working too much. And Karen said something really, really funny the other day. What was it that you said about me working smarter? Oh, you're really serious about working smarter and not harder. And yes, I am. All right. So 1 up, 1 over, 1 up, 1 over. There you go. And then what do you do with those points? Connect them. And you're good to go. You're done with that one. Okay? That's it. Terminaste. All right. Let's do number 4.
X equals -1. I would highly suggest looking at 4. Box. It's just a straight line. Box. X equals a number, which means it should be a vertical line where? On
-1. It's a vertical line.
On -1.
That's all you have to do. Talk to me about the domain of this.
Talk to me about the range. Negative infinity. Very good. Positive infinity to negative infinity. Babies.
All right, let's do number 3. What do we have to do for number 3? Can I graph it?
This is what it is? Okay, so what form is it now?
Cheat, where am I doing cheating? Where am I doing cheating? Where am I doing cheating? -5. Where am I doing cheating? Where am I doing cheating? Melissa, where's yours? Okay. Come on, man, look, another family. I'm running the other one has out. Have your cheat out?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Maybe I thought I had dreams about it. Sometimes I have dreams about what I'm going to do, and then I think I've done it. And I really haven't.
So let's go.
All right, so I'm going to isolate for y. What would be my steps to isolate for y? Minus 2x. Right? And then when I do that, what do I get? Negative 5y equals negative 2x plus 5. And now I'm going to divide by negative 5, and I divide everything by negative 5. And I get that y equals what? 2/5, because the negative divided by the negative will be a positive. Do you have to change it to a decimal?
No.
Heck no, otherwise you don't know your rice over your run. And then minus 1?
Yeah.
Okay? All right, so tell me how to graph it.
You have to start your minus.
Which is what?
Negative 1.
Negative 1. Okay, every time you're ready to give me names, we're going to start with next. Are you doing the roots or are you doing the five? All right. Sammy, tell me what I need to do next. Do the rise over the run. What's the rise? It's Timmy's definitely going up, right?
It's going up to.
It's going up 2, and then running how much? 5. Okay, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it should be over there. This is uncalculated. That's good calculation. This is hard. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then connect the dots. Okay? Are we good? All right, let's go to number 6. Anyway, what form is that in? Hello.
Look how they're teaching.
Oh.
Standard?
No, because it
No, because why?
doesn't have A equals 0.
It equals 0. If it's in standard form, the 1/2 needs to be on the other side. Right? If you look at the standard form, the x and the y are together, and then the numbers on the other side of the equation, so that's not standard form.
Okay? That's just equal to 0 like we do when we do it on equation solver. Now, we cannot solve that on equation solver. Why not? Because it has 2 variables, and equation solver is only for 1 variable. Very good. Okay, so what will be my first step to kind of isolate this for y?
Subtract 1/2.
Take away 1/2. Very good. And then if I take away 1/2, it goes to the other side as a minus 1/2, right? Because in here it would be 0. You with me? I just don't want to write all that down, but are you good or no? Yay? All right, what will be the next step? Minus x. Very good. So minus x, minus x. So you have negative x minus 1/2 equals 1/4 y. Divide by 1/4. Exactly. And the calculator can do that for you, right? I'm going to divide by 1/4, and I'm going to divide everything by 1/4. So over here would be 1, right? What is negative 1/2 divided by 1/4? 1/8. Maybe negative 1/8 instead of 1/8. That's okay.
Now, what do I divide on the other side?
Oh, 1.
I have a invisible 1, don't I? So it would be negative 1 divided by 1/4. And what is negative 1 divided by 1/4? Calculator can do that for you. Remember, every time you put fractions in the calculator, what I have to put right. Thank you very much. What do we got here?
Negative 1/4.
Negative 1/4?
Yes.
X? All right. So where would you graph negative 1/8?
Ooh, you can around.
You pick it if you want to. Just thinking about ballpark it over there. Doesn't matter. Between what and what?
1 and
Negative 1/8. So nobody should give me 1.
0
Negative
and
1/8. 0 and what?
1.
Really? Okay, look at it. It's negative 1/8.
All between 0 and negative.
Thank you. If you don't know what 1/8 is in algebra, I'm not even gonna say what I think about that. But you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna apply it to see if it's bigger than 1. 1 part out of 8, it's not gonna be bigger than 1. Okay? Right? It's 1 and negative on top of that. So it needs to be between 0 and negative 1, and it's actually very close to 0, right? So there's 1 part out of 8. It's not even half of it. Negative 1. Half of that would be all right. All right, now I gotta do 1 up, and then forward, right, okay, but he's being a bad boy, so he's going down, right? Okay, so 1, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not quite positive 1, it's not quite positive negative 1, right? All right, are we good? Yay? No? The point is almost 0, it's not 0. It's a 4 because you moved 4. Are you with me? Yay? All right, let's go to the back. Ellie, you can turn the chair if you want to. Just make sure that you turn it back. Okay, what's the standard form? What's the standard form of something? AX plus BY
Equals C.
equals C. All right, so I have a slope and I have a y-intercept. But I need it on AX plus BY equals C. I need it in standard. So, does anybody care to tell me why would be your strategy? This is where it's really important that you need to know where you need to start. Jay.
I think that the slope should be
Okay, this is rise over run. Okay, Drea, can you give me a shot? Go for it. Okay, but this is the y-intercept. Now remember, this x, this b is not the same as the lowercase b, right? The lowercase b is the y-intercept. Can you plug in a slope over here? What's the letter for slope? Do you have an M over there? No. Right? Do you have a y-intercept letter over there? What's the letter for y-intercept? B. Do you have a B over there? Do you have it over there? That's a thing. You guys don't listen. Didn't I just say that that capital B is not the same as the little b? You're telling me yes, that you have a B.
It just
That you have a y, it just symbolizes an integer. Thank you. Okay, that was in a video. It symbolizes a variable. So what do I have over here? I have M and I have B. So what do I need to start off with?
that has an M and a B that I can eventually change it to AX plus BY equals C. Slow intercept form. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. The slope-intercept form is the only one that has an M and a B. So y equals negative 3/5 x plus 5. Now I got it.
Okay? Alright, but
A and B are not fractions. They're integers, and integers are never decimals. So I cannot just say plus 3/5 x to move it with the x, right? To move it with the y. I gotta get rid of that 5 that's at the bottom of the denominator. How do I do that? Multiply by,
Fine.
and I gotta multiply.
Everything by 5.
Okay. So that would be all of this by 5, all of that by 5. With me? I will. Thank you for telling me. Are we good? All right. What is 5 times y? 5y. And I gotta distribute that 5, correct? When I say 5 times negative 3/5, negative 3x, there you go. You just cancel the 5. That's the purpose of multiplying it by it, so that you can cancel it. Thank you very much. So negative 3x. But what is 5 times 5? 5. Now, do I still have what I want? Not yet. I still need to move that x over there with the y. So how do I do that? Plus 3x. There you go. Good job, baby. And then what's my equation? Very good. And you can put it in that form. I'm not going to take much off if you got that y before the x. It's okay. So that would be 3x plus 5y equals 25.
okay? And if you need to write, right? If you need to write on page, that's supposed to be on page 24, right? If you need to write on your notebook on page 24 because you don't have enough space, you go.
All right, may I erase so that I have space for the other one? Everybody? Okay, nobody's saying no, so I'm assuming yes. You need to speak up. All right.
Is page 25? I'm sorry, yeah, yesterday was page 24, right?
Okay. Thank you. Page 25. All right. So M and B, right?
So the first question is, what do you have? And you need to worry about what am I using, and then you need to worry about what are the changes, right? So what do I have? What am I using? What to change it to? What do I have?
I'm going to say it again. What do I have? What am I using?
And what am I going to change it to? Alright? What do I have?
M and B. What am I using? Y equals mx plus b. What am I changing it to? Ax plus by equals c. Yeah, and 9x plus 4. There you go. So y equals 9x plus 4. Now this is real easy because I don't have fractions. And then the only thing that I need to do is what? Move that x to the other side and it changes to minus 9x, right? That's 0. So minus 9x plus y equals 4. There you go. That one was easy, right?
When you have a fraction and you need to worry about multiplying only by 5, no greater than the denominator. Denominator always just super bad. Right?
All right, are we good? Okay. That was it. We're done. May I?
Yes.
All right, stop being nice so we can do family count. All right. Write the standard form of the equation.
All right. First question. What was the first question? What do I have? Okay, what do I have?
Now my slope and my y-intercept, right?
Now this one's easy because I don't have to plug it in. It's already in the form, slope, intercept form. Now what do I have to change it to?
And which one is the standard form? Where A, B, and C are what?
Together.
No, you're not listening.
What's A, B, and C? And what can they not be? So what is that? Okay, so this is easy.
All I have to do is what?
Minus.
Minus or plus? Plus 7/5 x, right? Somebody said something.
What about the 5?
What about the 5? Thank you. So do you want to do the 5 first?
Yes.
Yes? All right, let's do the 5 first. Let's do the 5 first. So times 5 times 5. So what's 5 times y? 5y. Now I'm going to distribute that 5. What is 5 times over 5?
Negative.
Plus 5. And I'm done, right? Because 5 times 1 is what? 5.
Alright, so what do I do now?
Very good. So 7x plus 5y equals 5.
Agreed? Alright, I'm gonna jump to 12. Thank you. See, I already see people looking at their cheat sheet. Thank you so much. What do I have?
Point slope form. Thank you very much. And I have to change it to what? Standard form. Which means A and X. Very good. So A and X need to be on the same side of the equation. All right. So let's do this one so that we can go ahead and go through do our family challenge. All right. So how would you tackle number 12? Talk to me.
Replace the points.
But what points? What do you mean? Replace? What do you mean replace? Do you have anything to replace here?
I mean, this
Okay, I gotta write a negative 1 over here. I have an invisible 1, right?
Yes.
Yes? Does everybody see it? Where is it? It's a negative 1. Oh, I'm done. This is darn smart board. Right here? All right. And now I gotta distribute. Very good. And for those of you that are really good with equations, you got this, don't you? What's negative 1 times x? Negative x. And what's negative 1 times 3? Negative 3. All right.
Am I finished? Subtracting 1.
You know what? I can do the 1 first. Very good. I can do. It doesn't matter which one you do as long as you do what you need to do. Take away 1. That's 0, right? All right. So cross out. So y equals negative x. Okay. What form do I have it in right now?
Negative 1.
Thank you. Negative x. Negative 1.
What's my y-intercept?
Negative 4.
Negative 4.
All right. Am I done? No. What do I need to do now? Why am I subtracting the x? Adding the x. Very good. How do you know that you add the x? If it's a negative, and if you subtract the x, you're just really negative 2x instead of, you're not getting rid of it.
X plus y equals negative 4.
Okay, so x plus y equals negative 4. Are we done? Oh, we can do one more. We still have four minutes before we can start. All right, let's go for 15.
Okay, what we can write like
Standard form. And now my three questions.
what's the first one? What do I have? What's the second one? What did you use? What's the third one? What did you change it to? Thank you so much. Now what do you have?
And let's go.
So, okay, so that will be M. X and Y. Thank you so much. X and Y.
Okay, so look at your teacher and tell me which one would you use? Honey. Look at your teacher. Which one would you use? You have an X, a Y, and an M. Family, help them out. I only use one answer. Okay. I got 100% of that you there.
That is not helping you. Okay, they're talking to you. Okay, I'm sorry.
I got 100% of that. Come on.
I get to add 10 points to your family thing. Wait. What are you using? The question is, what form are you using?
Are we using stand up and family over there? What form are you using?
They said slow point form, right? Why?
Because I have a point.
So give me the equation. Is y minus y1, and then tell me. No, I'm just writing the equation. X minus x1. Okay, I'm gonna add another page, and you guys will tell me what to put in, okay? Because I don't have any other place to do this, okay? So, wait, let me write it again. I'm sorry. Okay, so y minus y. What's my x? Tell me my x. Okay, tell me my x. Thank you. I'm listening. Tell me my y. Oh, that's why this one over here said it's plus. There you go. Thank you. And what's my stuff? -1. All right. So what Andrea told me that is y plus something. There's a negative over here and another negative over there. Good job. And a negative times a negative would always be? All right. So this is y plus 2. What's my m? And then x minus 4, right? Because there's no change over there because the 4 is constant. All right. Next step. Thank you.
Negative and positive 4.
This is a lot of work, but it's really not hard.
If you can answer those 3 questions, question number 1, tell me. Question number 2. What am I using? Question number 3. Okay, before Baltimore, it will be up, okay? First question? Second question? What am I using? Third question? So those 3 questions will be up on the word doc, and I'm just going to put the 2 questions, and you need to know when you're going to use them, okay? This is this right here, right? When you're writing the questions up. All right, tell me. Minus?
-2.
Oh, wait. But what form do I want it in? Which is the standard form. Okay. So -2 and -2.
Y equals -x plus 2.
That's slope. Intercept form. I want it in standard form. Add x. So x plus y equals 2. So this is just so
solving equations. That's all you're doing. It's okay. We're solving equations that have two variables. You don't find one number. You just have to find an equation. All right, let's go.
No, we've got, she's your new one. She's your new family member, so we need to erase the Daisy's name and put hers.